Like, hello, fellow quarantinis. Cheers. Happy Sunday night. Welcome back for another round of circle building. Um, had a very unproductive week. Which I guess is okay, pandemic and all. Um, yeah, Meg and I also got a Nintendo Switch. How does anybody with these things get anything done? I don't get it. It's crazy. Anyway, you should see Meg play Dr. Mario. She's a wizard. I can't even. It's insane. It's insane. I've been playing some Fortnite. That's fun. Um, yeah, but if anybody has any game recommendations, holler at me. I know I'm definitely going to be trying out um, Zelda once I scrounge up $60. But yeah, so anyway, welcome to the live stream, all of you. Anyway, cheers. So we're going to do a couple fun things tonight, I hope. We're going to add a bunch of stuff to these paintings. Clearly, as you can tell, I've made some progress on a non-live platform. Put in about hour and a half of work on them total, not each, but just kind of filling in some stuff from last week that I didn't like quite so much at the end of the episode, or stuff like that. So just fixing some mistakes, planning out the next few steps, stuff like that, dropping in some details. That's the kind of stuff we want to do. So I devised a brand new tool, which I'm very excited to debut for you guys today. So this is basically, I've showed you my mandala stencils, which is basically just a mandala on a radius that I can pin to the center, and that way I can move a shape around and just trace out a shape, or spray it if I want to, or whatever. I made a doobie for text. So you can see we just slide our letters through this. Oh shoot, I should have gone the other way. So anyway, this is like, have about 5 letters per slide, I want to call it. It's kind of like film. It works kind of like film in here. But I could slide back and forth. I could put in different letters, and this way I can put text around a center point. So we're going to use this tonight. I'm really excited about this. I used the paper cutter to do it. I got to show you guys this paper cutter one day. Maybe I'll put that as like a little few second segment in the pickle. Do you guys know about the pickle? Anyway, so all that work that I did without y'all, you can see me do it via time lapse on the pickle, and the pickle is basically your show on the side. So that's it's kind of everything that I did without y'all. Just a time lapse, very simple setup of the 3 canvases as I kind of crush out some things. But if you watch the pickle, you'll notice that's what got us to where we are right now. So be sure to check out the pickle. It's all in my Ian's Extraordinary Live Painting live stream playlist on YouTube. So check that out. YouTube, big announcement. We left behind Instagram today. So now it's just us. Now it's just YouTube, you and me. Instagram was cool, and there was a lot of interaction on there, but this is ultimately just a better platform, better view, I think better quality, and I can archive them. If I do it all on Instagram Live, those go away. And I want to be able to kind of go back and zip through this process and see these things kind of come to fruition before we go put them on the street. I think that could be cool. I'm drinking a delicious wine. Meg and I took a little wine class via Zoom today with a bunch of other people, and it was talking about kind of women in the wine industry. And y'all support women in the wine industry. do it. Their wines are better. They're cooler. I don't really need to say any more than that. Anyway, this wine is from the Margins uh, winery. I guess that would be what you call it, a winery. But it kind of tastes a little bit like a beer. It's really good, kind of saison-y. Um, it's delicious. You see, it's kind of cloudy. Anyway, let's paint some stuff. I have a whole list. I pre-thought this episode a little bit. I'm really working on the setup here. I'm trying to make things a little easier for me, a little easier for you. Um, so you might see things change. You might see canvases in different positions or whatever, but ultimately it's just because we're trying to lock in um, how the hell to do this. You know what I mean? But if I waited to start all of this until I had figured it all out, I would never do any of this. So you'll have to deal with the imperfection because that's how we're going to move along. And some wise person, sorry, once said that, I don't know who it was, said that perfection is the enemy of progress. And I, as a perfectionist, feel that that's very true. And sometimes I let my own inability to get past detail really slow me down. So welcome to the very, very impromptu live painting live stream. That being said, I did put a little thought into it. Oh, also, hey, don't forget to watch the pickle. Cool. And that, yeah, words. All right. So the first thing I have on my list, right now I'm just calling this painting the octagon because there's an octagon in it. Usually I don't name paintings till the very end. Sometimes I don't even know what the painting is about until the very end. So yeah, they don't get a name. They get kind of a standard name. So this one currently is called the octagon. This one is called Rose. And this one's just called Seagrass because we're definitely putting some seagrass on that. But that's as far as I've gotten in terms of naming them. But all right, so the first note I have down for the octagon is lighten blue circles within the white line. So that's these. These I think are a little dark. I think we can give them a little. I think we can give them a little volume. I want to give them a little volume. I'm turn the volume up a little bit. So we're gonna do that. So I have a selection of 3 blue paints. One's a dark, one's also another dark one, and then one kind of gets on the little bit of the lighter side. So we're gonna lay down some dark, and then we're gonna lay down some less dark, and then we're gonna lay down some light, and I think that will help kind of give these things the feeling that they're kind of sticking off the canvas a little bit, which is what we're going for. So let's do that. I missed you guys. I can't see who's in here. Won't tell me. That's the downside of YouTube is it's a little kind of harder to see who's here. Meg says, the pickle. Yeah, the pickle. This is on cardboard, by the way. Meg and I have been doing a lot of cardboard crafts because Meg's been doing her karaoke thing, which is great. And for the karaoke thing, we've been making a lot of really fun costumes and props and stuff with cardboard. So I've been thinking about starting like maybe a cardboard theater or something like that because I think that could be fun. And hell, I've got a lot of time on my hands. All right, see my blue? So this is like not super dark, but it's pretty dark. I kind of match everything right now. Look at this. This is cool. Neat. Unintentional. All right, so we just kind of, especially with the darker, want to get close to that edge a little bit. And we're not going to come all the way into the center. So this is going to leave it looking like we got a little bit of shadow going on here. We're going to do this pretty quick and rough because that's, whoop, got a little schmutz on there. So we're doing, I think they call this like, if we were doing this on a computer, and we were doing this like in a 3D program, I think they call this modeling. I think, if this was a sculpture, this would definitely be what's called modeling. I don't know if that's true or not. So yeah, cool. We're coming in there? Yeah, we're popping in a little bit there. That's great. All right, cool. I always want to make sure that you guys have a good view because, it's all about the art here. So if anything, if I'm ever in your way or something, just type some stuff and I'll try and move for you. I'm trying to think if I watched any good movies. Oh, Megan, I watched Picard. Picard. Good old Jean-Luc. It was pretty good. I liked Discovery a little more. Picard, there were some things that were a little too convenient for my taste. I won't spoil anything for you, but it was good. It was good. You should watch it. You should watch it. Especially if you're into Star Trek. Especially if you're into TNG. It's cool. Actually, I need to go back and watch some TNG. I'm not really too well versed in it. But I wasn't always big on the Trek because I'm a Star Warsian, Star Boy. So when I was younger, it was always cool to hate on the Trekkies, right? Because even nerds have to have somebody that they think are nerdier. So it was the Trekkies. And I never even gave Star Trek a chance, so I was just an asshole. But what I've seen a few episodes of the original series, which sure is flawed, but still kind of enjoyable, still like it, still like the visuals. I'm kind of a space nerd, so I kind of like space. All right, you see that, right? Yeah. All right, cool. So then basically, I was just a hater. But what I've seen now, which is Discovery, I've seen all the new movies. I've seen Picard. I've seen a few episodes of TNG. I've probably seen a few episodes of all the other ones, but I don't know. But I'm now fully on board. I want to dive deep. Ross, hello, my friend. Ross hooked me up with. I just when I downloaded the Switch, I was like, oh, I'll just download games and then play the games, and I didn't realize. Oh, we're talking Trek. So I didn't realize that there was a whole membership thing, and then I could get Nintendo games and Super Nintendo games. But Ross hooked me up with the info. Here's to Ross. Ross, we have been playing Dr. Mario all day. So big ups to Ross. All right, cool. So that kind of needs to dry a little bit. I'm going to see. Another note we have down is white, light gray shapes and Chiron tag. So I don't know if it's time for that yet. I think we need to let this dry a little bit. So we're going to pop on over to seagrass. And we're going to do some stuff on seagrass. Seagrass. I will definitely send you that friend code. We can play across the internet. Oh, Meg is going to destroy you. Oh my God, Donald and Wyatt, you're on the Switch too? This is great. I feel like I've just entered a whole new. I feel like I've joined a cult, but like not a bad cult, but like a good cult. The ones where you want to give them your life savings and your. Anyway, Switch is rad. I'm way into it. All right, seagrass. Oh, cool. We're gonna use the text tool. How excited are you guys about that? We're gonna do this. We're gonna write something that I write in all my paintings. For probably 8 years now or something like that, and that's Megtar. And we all know about Meg, the amazing. So I'm just going to move my M over. It catches a little. It's not a perfect tool, but I made it, so I love it. We got our little M. You guys can see that M. We're going to be able to just put our center dot right here on our center dot, and then we'll be able to move this bad boy around the wheel, which I'm very excited about. Getting text into paintings has, I don't want to say been impossible, but it's been pretty hard unless I'm just kind of like freehanding those things, which is cool. But this makes it very easy for me to do like really nice typefaces. Of course, I have to turn them into little stencils, but that's no problem because stencils and I are homeboys. Oh, you see that? Oh, you can't really see that. Shoot. Anyway, I'm just penciling in Meg here, and then we're going to color it green. So you can see this thing just comes out, and then I have my little frame here. And then I can move on over to my E, Meg. So we'll just slide that through. I have these little slits that you slide this through, so it kind of holds it steady. It's not a perfect tool, like I said. I didn't make some of the slits close enough. So the E is going to be a little loose and wonky, but that's all right. We're going to do it anyway. We're going to do it anyway. I was just about to sing the McDonald's theme song, which, oh no, which disturbs me a little. But have you guys seen McMillions? Oh my God. I forget what, I think it was HBO maybe, or Netflix. God, it's like, I'm consumed by media and pixels. I'm consumed by pixels, you guys. How's everybody? Are you guys doing all right? Surviving this thing? All right. Clearly I have a few kinks to work out here. All right. We got our G. Boom. G. G for gangster. Oh, somebody's texting me. Somebody's texting me. Oh, yeah. A lot of kinks to work out with this little system here, but that's all right. This is going to at least give us some letter shapes that we're trying to mess with. Oh, hi, Ross. You texted me. All right. See, we just got a couple more letters to go here, and then we're gonna make these letters green. My favorite color. Oh, slide over, baby. Oh, see, I'm learning as I go. So this is a thing that's great about this live stream, actually, is because sometimes when I'm painting, I just go into paint mode, and I'm not too critical of what I'm doing, and I'm just kind of painting, and I make mistakes, but then I don't necessarily always learn from those mistakes. But let me tell you something. Watching these live streams after I've done them and being like, oh my God, that was a silly mistake. You've made that mistake 1,000 times. You should know how not to make that mistake. Has been very enlightening. So now I very much am learning from a lot of my mistakes, and that's good. So I'm very much learning, new things through this. But that's kind of how painting is anyway. And like I said on other episodes, if you're hearing all these words I'm saying, these are things I'd probably be saying in my head when I'm painting anyway. So this typeface is actually one of my favorite typefaces. I've been using it for years upon years. I think probably so has the rest of the world because it's just such a good classic typeface. And that's Gotham. Ross knows what I'm talking about. Gotham, woot woot. But Gotham is great. It has a phenomenal lightweight font. It has a phenomenal thick font. The letters are all real pretty. They're very easy to turn into stencils. So Gotham's been in my repertoire for a real long time, but I've never had a little situation like this to do this. So I'm very excited about my new tool. And one thing you guys will notice if you paint with me for a long time is I am all about tools. I'm all about them. You know what I mean? Like a brush, that's just not enough for me. I need more than that. I need more than that. I need stencils, pencils, alcohol, compasses, protractors, rulers, stickers, spray paint. All of it. I need it all. I want it all. Cheers. Thanks for being here, you guys. I love painting for you. I hope you enjoy this. This is nice. I got, actually, now that we're not Instagramming, I can show you this. I was about to curse. I'm sorry. But I wrote all my steps down. Oh, turn, you jerk. I wrote all my steps down, and then I set up all my tools in order. So we can, I'll still talk a lot, I guess, but at least, you know, you won't watch me looking around for stuff for minutes on end. We're going to just go in a little green marker. We're going to make this Megtar a little more visible for you, stand out a little bit more. I think the green is going to really work here. I've been thinking about this particular spot on this piece for a few days now and trying to figure out what do I put there. It needs some interest. It needs something. It just needs something, you know? You guys, any painters in here? Sometimes you just stare at a spot for forever and you know that that spot needs something and you don't know what it is. It's infuriating, but this is it. This is it. I think this is it. This is what we've been thinking about for this spot. I'm just gonna... Can you see that? Yeah, you can. All right. Radical. I drank a lot this week. And I did not produce a lot this week. I wonder if it's related. I did start a new commission piece this week, though. I'm doing a really cool Star Wars Rebels based painting, which is actually it's kind of graphic design work and kind of painting at the same time. It's going to basically be a vandalized Imperial propaganda poster. So it's cool. I got to design a poster, and then I get to mount that poster to a canvas, and then I get to vandalize the poster. So it's kind of like a triple whammy. It kind of falls like right into what I'm doing. It's interesting that the designy aspect of it, though, and the painterly aspect of it will be kind of separated, because when I paint for myself, it's kind of all intermingled. But it'll be really cool to do another Star Wars painting. I don't know if you guys ever saw that one really sweet Hoth Boba Fett painting that I did with the little search droid, and sick. It was a really good painting. I'll try and find it. I'll post it in my stories. Which reminds me, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. I don't post a lot, but I'm working on it. How do you guys feel about that Megtar? I think it's pretty rad. I think it could be smoothed a little. Markers sometimes pick up. I think I picked up a little bit of a little airbrush, so you can kind of see the marker strokes. But I think if I hit it with a marker again and maybe again, that might even out a little bit. But I'm kind of liking that. It's kind of ghosty. Doesn't have an outline on it. In fact, I'm thinking maybe we want to bring some text up here. Also, I think we kind of want to continue off this edge a little bit. Actually, you know what? I got an idea. I got an idea, you guys.